What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a great weekend. I got a couple little video clips, some stuff going on around the farm, not too much. A little update on the spider tortoise. My first spider tortoise I hatched, Pyxis arachnoides from Madagascar, one of the smallest tortoises in the world, and just giving you a little update on that and some other extra footage from things that have been going on around the farm. So stay tuned, and if you haven't already, please hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification to see any future content. You'll love it, you'll enjoy it. I love it, I enjoy it, so you guys will love it, enjoy it too. And have a great weekend, and stay tuned. So just figured I'd give you guys a little update on Spider-Man or Spider-Woman. We're not sure, obviously, the sex yet, way too young to tell. But he or she is doing wonderful. Been putting on about 2 grams per week since born, and nice and alert, active. Been, eating a lot of greens, weeds, hibiscus leaves, mulberry leaves. For the greens, but I've been doing kind of a mixture of romaine, dandelion, and turnip greens. I find that they do pretty well with that, hatchlings, and it's pretty readily available where I live, and it's somewhat inexpensive. But I also just pick various weeds that grow throughout my yard and feed those as well, and it's been enjoying those. And just for anybody who doesn't know, this is the first spider tortoise I hatched after acquiring a group of all adult breeders, and it was a big achievement for me, and looking forward to hatching more. These are from Madagascar, Pyxis arachnoides. There's actually a couple of different spider tortoise in Madagascar, but this is the Pyxis arachnoides, and they like pretty much every species in Madagascar are in peril. They're when someone stumbles across one of these, or a radiated tortoise or a plowshare tortoise, it's like stumbling on upon a piece of gold if they know the right hands to get it into, to smuggle it. And luckily they've been putting a lot of effort to stop the smuggling, and that's why I'm happy to be captive breeding these, and hope to be able to provide more in the future, and be able to sell them at some point. For now, I am keeping my first one that I've hatched, and I have more eggs incubating, and I'm hoping for more eggs to come. And so yeah, that's just a little update, and it's all good. Awesome species. And just for anybody who doesn't know, they lay 1 egg and they only get about 5 inches, so they're a very unique tortoise and very cool. Okay, so I dug up the whole nest. I covered it back up. There's quite a few cracked eggs. As you can see, there's a cracked eggshell there. They're not looking rotten, so it looks like a nest that quite a few babies came out. So I found the one. I have that one soaking in it. Here is the egg. It must have gotten out of the nest and kind of had the egg stuck to its shell, and then when the next rainstorm came, the eggshell fell off. Look over here. I mean, there's a lot of places. There's papaya trees, Mexican clover, cocoa plum. There's all kinds of stuff for them to eat and hide in over here, like this thick cocoa plum. Oh, look at that. Right there. There's another one. Nice and healthy. A little dirty, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep looking. If there's 2, there could be 3. Man, oh, look at that. Right in the corner. Is anything under these leaves? That's 3. Let's go. Get these guys in some water. You know, I know they've been eating. There's plenty of stuff to eat, but I'll make sure that they get some hydration. So there we go. 3 ground hatchlings. Not bad. I'm gonna keep looking right now. Happy Sunday. So not a bad day. Found that one baby. All of it led from just finding an eggshell on top of the dirt, and my guess is that hatchling got out of the nest and walked a few feet, and probably once it rained the eggshell fell off and it had the eggshell stuck on it. And then I found these other 2 not far, so there was probably about 4 eggs in the nest, or maybe 5, and 3 ground hatchlings found in about 10 minutes of searching. Pretty cool. It never gets old finding ground naturally hatched babies. I love it. So you can just see how the dirt is caked on them. So later I'm gonna give them a good scrub and get that dirt off them, and kind of get the remnants of the fluid, the amniotic fluid in the egg off of them, because that really contributes to the onset of scud or shell rot, as you call it, or as people call it, and we don't want that to happen. So get them cleaned up, first soak them, and then clean them up, and they're all alert, active, and healthy, and the yolk sacs are all healed up. This is my adult yellowfoots. Both are from Suriname. Both are imports, long-term captive, and the male is beautiful, big, nice gold shell, and that female is big, about 15.5 inches, but she's about 10 inches wide. So she laid 7 eggs, and 6 were fertile recently. So I'm excited about that. I've had some success with the yellowfoots, but I lost a male that I had that was a good breeder, and males can be difficult to work with. I tell people that from time to time. I don't know why that is. The females generally just do better than males for some reason, but this male's doing great, and he's got an awesome colored shell and a great personality, and he loves to breed. And he's big enough to breed this big female. She laid her, I did a video on it. I dug him up, but she laid him right up against the wall over here in the grass for that tall batch of grasses, and she laid a clutch of 7 eggs, and 6 out of the 7 are fertile. So doesn't mean all 6 are gonna hatch, but we'll see. So we're moving over to the incubator. Let me turn the light on so we can see. This condensation builds up in the sea serpent's incubator a lot. I wipe it down once in a while, but it's not enough to where it drips on the floor or anything, but it's good, keeps good humidity. I like their incubators a lot. Anyway, I got a nice little surprise here. If anybody can read what that says. Florida box, laid on 8/2. So it's not even October 12th yet, so less than 60 days these guys hatched. It's pretty impressive. Let me pop open the container. Just take a quick peek. This one like literally sawed the cap right off the egg. It's ready to come out. and I see a beautiful little Florida box turtle. Let me move my fat fingers out of the way. And there we go. What a beauty. And I love, you know, the captive breeding of these guys. These are, unfortunately, you know, a lot of, you know, the gopher tortoise is also in danger, but that's mostly due to fatalities of being hit by cars. The Florida box turtle, yes, they do get hit by cars, but, and their main, you know, issue is habitat destruction, and then people find them wandering in their backyards, and they don't realize that we have native box turtles, and they usually end up keeping them. People end up taking them from the wild and keeping them as pets. And don't get me wrong, they make great pets. Just don't take them from the wild. There's plenty of, you know, breeders that have captive born babies, and I'm one of them, and these will be available in the near future once they're eating worms and pellets and things like that. And just look at that cute little face. Beautiful. So yeah, I enjoy hatching these guys out because I know that, you know, for every captive born baby we put out there, hopefully that'll be one less wild caught one being taken, and the population can sustain. And it's rapidly dropped. As a kid, I used to see Florida box turtles all the time, probably 5, 6, or 7 times throughout my childhood. I found adult Florida box turtles and I let them go, and I have not seen a wild Florida box turtle in quite a while. And I know in other areas of Florida they're more plentiful. Well, I'm in South Florida. You know, aside from the Everglades, there's basically none of them around. Not many to be found. You know, so good start to the day. What do you say, buddy? Oh, got it. Circle of life, invasive Cuban anoles, they're all over the place. Free food for a very cool species, the Asian vine snake. Alright, so one of my beautiful redfoot females that I got from my friend Randall, he sent them to me. I believe it was 2 males and 3 females, or 4 females. Anyway, one of them is laying right now. She's a beauty. She's got bright yellow red legs and a bright yellow head. She's digging out a nest in the corner. Hopefully she doesn't hit any tree roots. She shouldn't, because I trenched this metal wall here with a trencher, so that ground is all soft right up against the edge right there, so should be a good spot. Hopefully there's not already a nest there, because I've been getting so many eggs, I haven't really been checking for nests a lot. So but it looks like it's good to go, and she's getting it done. She's excavating some dirt pretty quickly. She's a bulldozer. It's a beautiful redfoot. She's big, and she's still got some big growth lines. They've just been thriving since they got here. They were living up north and kind of retired down here in South Florida, and they've been thriving since. They have this massive enclosure all to themselves, about 5 females and 3 males, or 6 females and 3 males. So we'll see what we get. Alright, so it looks like she is finishing covering up the nest. She's packing it down. So I'm assuming she laid. Otherwise, she probably wouldn't have spent this much time on the nest if she hadn't laid. Usually when they hit a root or a rock or they abandon the nest, they cover it up very quickly, sloppy, and then move on to the next spot, or typically they'll lay again the following day around the same time. So as soon as she's done, I'm gonna check up and see what we got. Hoping for a few redfoot eggs from this beauty. She's a big girl, about probably 13 and a half, 14 inches. So as you can see, she dug right here. You can see where the darker dirt, the more moist dirt is up at the top. And she covered it up in pine needles to disguise it even more. Let's see what we got. And it's definitely, see, I can poke my finger right through it, so there's an egg chamber. There is a tree root right there, but I see an egg. She got around the tree root. See that? There's an egg. All right. Couple eggs. Gently take them out of the nest. Even though I know they were just laid, always a good idea not to rotate. Two. She dug them in pretty deep. Three. There's a fourth one. Four. Always like to just check around the entire area, because sometimes they'll put one off in a side little pocket and you won't even know it. Alright, so 5 eggs, or I'm sorry, 4 eggs. 4 eggs from another redfoot. This is good by me. Another day on the Southern Reptiles farm, or another night. And there she is over there, just resting. I'm just covering up the spot with dirt. Move the eggs over here. Normally I bring a container, but I got them. So I'm over at Fred's house, just swung by to hang out with him for a bit, and these are the snappers, believe it or not, that we dug up. I mean, that was a few months back, and they have literally like quadrupled in size. They're pull one out, Fred. They're amazing. So these are hybrid alligator common snappers, and they're selling quick. So if you are interested, message me or give Fred a call. Either way, I'll relay it to him, or you could give him a call, and he is selling them. So
and you do the shipping. So.
Yeah, and I ship for him. So if you are interested, you don't have to be local and pick it up. We could ship it out to you. And they are obviously eating like crazy, as you could tell, because they were the size of a quarter when we found them, and now they're about 3 inches long or bigger. So beautiful animals, really beautiful. Here is a Florida scarlet snake, often mistaken as a coral snake by many people. It's doing exactly what they do, and they're egg eaters, and it's looking on the sable palm for little gecko and Cuban anole eggs, and Mediterranean geckos, all different types of lizard eggs. That's what they primarily feed on. I believe they'll eat insects and lizards and things like that too, but I see them out here quite often. They're just such beautiful snakes. I love seeing them. And this is it's just basically going through looking for little spots. If you were to, most of the bark is ripped off of this one, but if you were to go out on the sable palms and rip off the bark, you would find little tiny eggs that these guys could gulp up in a second and have a nice little dinner. It's an interesting snake, and they're native to Florida, so I figured I'd do a little video. Okay, so I'm super excited. I got a Burmese star hatching out right now. Unfortunately, the clutch was not very fertile. I think I need to get another male to increase fertility and sex drive, and that extra competition will help with the fertility of the eggs. Out of the 6 eggs I got, only 2 were fertile. 1 is hatching, and 1 looks like it's gonna hatch probably within a day. And this little one is slowly breaking out, looking good so far. And it's been a long road. We did a diapause of about a month, and now they were in the incubator for, I would say, about 3.5 months. So it's about 4.5 months total. But yeah, very excited, and this little one looks very ready to bust out of that egg, and hoping this one will follow suit shortly. So giving you a little glimpse, and give you guys some updates down the road. So it's been about 45 minutes, and it's almost completely out of the egg, and I will be moving it over to some sphagnum moss along with its clutchmate egg over to the side there, and that will just help with hatching, the humidity and moisture just helps with the shell growth and you know, properly straightening out, because they're essentially bent in half inside the egg. And also, you know, just the humidity and the moisture just helps with everything, keeping the eyes clear and proper shell growth. So doing good so far, and I'm excited to see how this one does, and I'm excited to see the second egg hatch soon, God willing, shortly. So little update. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that brings the video to a closing. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I know I did. And feel free to check out my website at the link right here, www.southernreptiles.net, to see what turtles and tortoises I have available. And I know I sound like a broken record, but please remember to hit that bell notification, give me the thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe, and that'll all be up right here so you don't forget. And thank you for supporting the channel. Feel free to drop some comments. I am thinking about doing another giveaway, and all the proceeds will go to a non-for-profit. So if you have a suggestion on a type of tortoise, cherry head, redfoot, Herman's tortoise, box turtle, you know, drop a comment and let me know what you think, and I will definitely take it into consideration. So have a good night, and signing out.